Jaden Parrish was disqualified from the final EQ event on Lake Okeechobee. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog if you're new. My name is Steve Chapman. First and foremost, let me just say, Slick Johnson, Alan, had this information days ago. He was on top of it. He was correct again when he said that 2 anglers were possibly being disqualified. We now know that that second angler is Jaden Parrish. And Jaden was disqualified from the final EQ event on Lake Okeechobee, where as of right now, even though he still has the points, he finished in 11th place. He almost qualified for the elites for 2026. He will have those points taken out, and he'll probably be in that 30-40 range after it. Now, Jaden was selected for a routine credibility assessment on Wednesday prior to the event. And during the initial event, he had inconsistencies that were identified that required additional testing. More assessments produced results that said he did not pass. And this was all to do with the no information rule. Now, I do believe that he had an issue in the past about this same rule. I don't remember where it is, and I could be wrong. I'm thinking about this right now, and it isn't in my notes. But for whatever reason, I seem to think that this might have happened in the past. Now, Jaden appealed the decision and was able to compete. He finished in that top 10, and they allowed 11 anglers to fish the final day, including Jaden, where he finished 11th on that final day. But following a review by multiple independent examiners, the recommendation was that a retest was not warranted. So Jaden was disqualified for that event. Now, B.A.S.S remains committed to a fair and transparent competitive process, and they're trying to ensure the integrity of competition. Now, Jaden qualified for the Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour in 2024. I believe he declined that invitation to try to compete in the elites this season, or the EQs and Opens, to try to make the elites. And I'm going to be very honest. I commend B.A.S.S for doing what they're doing here. Remember, this is the key. The anglers wanted these polygraphs done all the time. They want rules, or people who break the rules, to be disqualified. They want the rules enforced. This is exactly what the anglers want. And this is just another in a long line of anglers who are randomly selected that are failing these tests. Now, the tests are not admissible in court. You know that. But again, a rule is a rule. If you're going to break it, you need to know that the rule, you're going to be disqualified. That's all there is to it. And we can like or dislike the no information rule, which is the hardest to enforce. I agree. And I think it does need to be looked at. But how many anglers are gathering information when they shouldn't be? That's really what this comes down to. That is the key to all of this. And he gained a competitive advantage, obviously, maybe even in the past, and it was disqualified. And now here again. And unfortunately, there are anglers that are going to do this and push the gray areas as much as possible. That this is how they gain a competitive advantage. They think this is the way of doing things. This is not the way to do things. And yes, the new no information rule needs to be updated. But I'm happy to hear that B.A.S.S is not only doing the polygraphs, but everybody is getting the same enforcement. You break it, you're disqualified. No ifs, ands, or buts. And it's a shame that this is part of the problem that's happening right now, while there is probably an integrity crisis within bass fishing, and not just bass, within the whole community. The amount of people cheating to get ahead is astronomical. And I said it in another video. Imagine if they tested everybody. How many people do you think would fail that no information rule? And I want the rule changed. I want the rule to also be enforced. I think there should be a fair, level playing field for everyone. Because without the rule, there'll be people that have an excessive amount of money that can barter and go fish those places and find out the honey holes that could take years to figure out. And at the same time, the no information rule just keeps getting, well, the no information rule, how the question is asked during that polygraph, could have an effect on if you fail or pass it. That's the other thing. Because truth be told, I think there's some anglers that are so nervous about the polygraph that they fail it because they're so nervous. Or I assume. Because I don't believe Matt Herron broke the rule. That's the truth. I don't think Matt Herron broke the rule. That's just me. I know they did it 4 or 5 times and he had inconsistencies or failed it 4 out of the 5 times. I appreciate Bass for that. But I know, well, I think I know Matt better. However, that doesn't mean I'm not wrong. That's just it. And in this case, I'm glad they caught Jaden. I'm glad that he was disqualified. I think that if this is his second time doing it, he has 2 strikes, and I think you're out after that. I think you'll have to question him at all times if he's gathering information anywhere. And that's a shame, because he fishes pretty darn good and is a pretty darn good angler. But what do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think. This one, 2 disqualifications in one tournament or 1 disqualification and 1 angler that left because he knew that he couldn't win the appeal is kind of like being disqualified, but not. No offense to Ty. It's a shame. It's really a shame. But you'll have to tell me what you think in the comments below. And thank you. Thank you to all the people who subscribe and comment and everyone who hits that hype button and helps promote the channel even more. I just can't say thank you enough. So thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, hit that like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Remember, take a kid fishing. Thank you, as always. Tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.